Vehicles today have as many as 2,000 electrical connections within the framework of their operating systems. In order for the vehicle to operate properly, every single one of these connections must be correct. With the advent of computer-operated systems, many of these connections pass only millivolts and milliamps, and the disturbance of this current passage can cause serious problems in drivability, secondary functions and operations, and emission controls. All of the electrical and electronic systems are designed to work within a very small parameter. In doing engine drivability tune-ups on today's vehicles, there are several areas that certain essential precautions must be addressed in order to make sure that the problem areas will operate correctly. These areas are spark plug cylinder head insertion threads, ignition and electrical connections, wiring and electronic connections. When changing spark plugs on a vehicle, you must follow several basic rules in order to not cause permanent damage to the cylinder heads. The holes that the spark plugs thread into lead directly to the combustion chambers. If there is any compromise here, there will be a loss of compression, resulting in drivability issues and possible permanent internal engine damage. Use of AGS TM1 spark plug anti-seize will alleviate these problems. Its high heat handling capabilities, lubrication qualities for steel-aluminum contact, and its insulation factor against bimetal reactions make it the perfect product to protect cast iron and aluminum heads. Conveniently packaged with just enough to do 4, 6, 8, 10, or even 12 cylinders, remember to use it every single time you change spark plugs. When changing the aforementioned spark plugs, most people will agree that it's almost always difficult to remove the spark plug wire boots from the plugs being changed. This is due to the high heat conditions that the boots are subjected to. The heat shrinks the rubber onto the spark plug ceramic insulator, which sometimes makes them so difficult to remove that you end up tearing the plug wire boot and electrical connector completely off the wire. AGS SP1 dielectric spark plug boot protector is the product that avoids all of these costly and inconvenient situations. Applied directly to the inside of the spark plug boot itself, it lubricates the assembly of the boot onto the plug, insulates the rubber from the excessive heat, locks out moisture, and prevents electrical arcing between the boots and external metal. When you need to remove the boots again, even many years later, AGS SP1 will make your job easier and faster. When doing the tune-up, there are several connections that should be checked in order to assure that the electrical system is working properly. These connections are essential and must be protected from outside elements that can cause poor connection or loss of current. AGS CP1 dielectric connector protector is specially formulated to seal, clean, and protect every one of these critical junctions. It's used in automotive, marine, ATV, RV, and competition applications, or anywhere you need to make sure that your connections are protected from outside elements. Anytime you disconnect an electrical connection, apply AGS CP1 to make sure that it will continue to operate trouble-free. Using these three products together when doing an engine tune-up will assure that your vehicle will continue to operate and drive correctly. Less failures and breakdowns due to drivability problems will keep you going smoothly down the road for many thousands of miles.